Hi, hello, and welcome to the Galactic Councilorship brought to you by Vertex of Abundance. My name is Serene Pisces Ablosi. I'll be your oracle today, and I was sent to deliberate the findings for the solar ingress into Pisces. That's for right now, Pisces rising at North Node. So this is going to be a particularly strong guidance. Of course, any Pisces energy that you have, you may want to check into, but the reading is designed for rising in North Node. Some people are special because they have double this or double that. The sun is transiting through Pisces right now. So that is for you. The sun's in your first house. So why don't we go ahead and see what these energies are. That was a mistake. Pardon me. Grant me a moment. Okay. Judgment card, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Empress. On the throne here, we have the Temperanza. Okay. So we're needing to stand strong in something. It might even be a backbone. So it's the ability to navigate, negotiate, kind of deal with whatever is sent your way. And this is growing through what we go through, turning your mess into a message, your trial into tribulation, your test into testimony. This is coming from or being driven by a deep sense of self-worth and value. It might just be time. It might just be destiny. It might just be calling. There's an awakening here of some kind. It might even be an aha moment. Pisces, you're getting to higher ground. You're even getting to a higher exalted place within yourself. It might even be that you're going higher, taking the higher ground, you're getting a higher rank, that you're more mature. More intuitive, more whatever than before. What was this before? Last year, sometime in the last 255 days since the last Venus retrograde, you're just getting to higher. Yeah, so you definitely do move on, move forward, you mature. You might have a pilgrimage. You might need to go home to your mother's land or to some type of indigenous ritual ceremony if that's something that you're open to. Now, again, I'm getting the cycle of a year anytime before the next Venus retrograde. You have this, something that's being perfected. As you grow through and go through things, you're coming under some type of spiritual perfection. You are also under divine protection because you're clear on what you no longer want to deal with. Certain things are just not, it's not worth it for you. It's taking you a very long time to come around to this. I'm having a feeling like you're coming to your self-worth and value very late in the game. Because there was some type of love that's not always physical union. because the twin flame is really understanding the higher self, and that will ink into the physical through a member of the soul group if you're in alignment enough. Here, there need to be some dispersal. There was a lot of agendas, and it would have been hidden agendas, things you weren't aware of. There would have been a lot of people trying to exert some type of control over you, even con you into giving up some type of virtue, some type of right, some type of reign, and a lot of sneaky, exploratory, exploitative energy here too. People trying to come and figure out who you are, what you are, why you are, how it comes easy to you, or how you do something. And you would have been very dull, very naive, very unable to see something that was right in front of you if you had more openness, shrewdness. However, you were so set in your way that, and your way was more beautiful, more authentic, more genuine, sincere than them. It didn't take hold, whatever jip, whatever scam, whatever con they had, it didn't work. Something's awakening within you. Something, there was some type of late bloomer thing. It's like something's being reactivated, coming back, some type of return. If anything I said resonates deeply with you, go ahead and check the energy in the show notes. The resources in the show notes. I can be reached at vertexofabundance.org. Just the way it sounds. So remember I was saying you may make a pilgrimage this year. You really got to learn to cut out the BS. There's a lot of toxicity around you, people feeding off of you, eating off of you. You have this energy that's pure, this purity to you. And people come around just doing you dirty. And they talk stuff about you because they're jealous. People are thriving about talking about you. Well, you know, small petty people talk about other people. Average people talk about things and money, and better than average or above average people talk about ideas, goals, visions. So if people are just sitting there talking about you, it means they're petty yeti. They're basic, they're lower than low. You ain't even got to get off the throne and mess with them. Because they ain't about nothing but feeding off of you. It's not even just vampires, vulture. I'm hearing lower than low. So when I say high vibration, low vibration, I'm not talking about better than, less than. I'm talking about proximate cause and location. Dimension being time, space. Your vibration being your address in the spiritual realm and the esoteric. So there's a lot of dispersal. You have to disperse this energy. There is agenda, there is hater, there is petty Eddie. People around you, you're just gonna have to move past some of them. And if you can't get in, and it does say innocence, purity, and transforming, you're gonna need to transmute. The temperance card that came out earlier, there's a lot, you're gonna need to transmute. You're gonna take these lemons and turn it into iced tea lemonade. Me, I make mine with rose water. Is you need to transmute this energy that's being sent to you into something of a higher vibration, because right now it's blocking you, especially your celestial endowment. It might even be binding you a bit. But see, every dagger, every dart that they throw at you, you get to melt that metal down later and make bullets with it. I'm not saying you're going to use them to shoot, but you're going to use it to precisely grasp whatever it is that you're truly after. You're trying to travel somewhere, and it might be in the physical realm. It might have taken a long time. You're also trying to get something done, get something accomplished that you would have had to surrender and sacrifice several times. There's some type of self-mastery, self-contentment. I'm hearing immune to lust. Every offer, every feign of love, of interest, every sparkly thing is not going to get your goat right now. You need something deeper. You got to go higher. There's a higher source of things, and everybody else is petty, low on the low. You want chosen people, exalted people, people with something going on, people with something alive in them, people with something beautiful to them. You want people that are divine. Because you're God's child, and God protects you very much. And there's a lot of innocence and purity to you. So it would seem like people are hating on you, talking about you, being mean to you, coming after you, aggressive to you, fighting you, doing all types of evil things towards you. And it's really just cleansing from a higher level. It's really just God's way of cleaning people off your path. Because you'll come together with any group, you'll organize any group. And what it really is that you've got to allow yourself to cleanse. When you come around, your light will, it illuminates other people's shadow, other people's darkness. You do expose certain things, certain dynamics, just through the nature of your energy. Sometimes people will fight you because your light shines a illumination, enlightenment into the dark resources, recesses, nooks and crannies that they're hiding in. You expose people. Some people don't know there's a demon hiding in the corner because they never go over in that corner. They never turn the light on in that corner. And then you come in the room, and here it is what it is, exposing. It's your vibration. It repels evil. So after you make you plant enough seeds along your path, you'll be guided to where to plant your seeds, and it's according to your own worth and value. You're attached only to yourself. A lot of people either want to have control over you or they want you. I don't know what that means, but it's usury. They're using, and this is in its most positive. So there can be materialism because you're healing from a lot of deception, sneaky underhandedness. It can be past saboteurs that are being revealed. You were sabotaged and you had a saboteur around you, and now you're becoming aware. It's been there for a long time already, though. probably sometime in the last week, you became aware of somebody that had been in your life for some time that is a saboteur. They don't want to let go. They do plan to block you or take something or steal something from you. They tried to already, it didn't work. There's also people that have been in your life, they've been an enemy for some time. You would have felt very positive towards them. They may have been an answer to your prayer at one point in time, but things have shifted. They're an enemy. You have the devil with the King of Cups, somebody that was beloved, cherished, choice at one time. It could even be somebody that fell. They were healthy at one time and now they're not. It's a contamination energy. King of Cups with the corrupt contaminant. They could be riddled with disease. They could be riddled with stinking thinking. They could be riddled with evil. They could be riddled with karma. They could be riddled with curses. They could be riddled with literally, this combination comes up a lot for venereal disease. If the strength card was out right now, especially with that Empress, it would be don't open the door to them because you're going to let in whatever contaminant they have. Excuse me. And they don't care. Ooh, see my voice? They don't want me saying that. They don't care. Here, with this Panther and this pilgrimage, get to higher ground, annihilate whatever is not serving you. Period. Duh. Period. Duh. I'm going to read you something. Pantera. Annihilation. Annihilate. Annihilation of the unnecessary purging. We need to be brave, productive, guard against being self-destructive, and get rid of any unnecessary. The Panther will not stand to see our growth or energy stagnate. Instead, it pounces into our lives and causes all type of havoc with the ultimate intention of bringing us towards more fulfilling lives. It is unexpected, uncomfortable, and sometimes feels devastating, but after all the dust clears, it is easy to see the Panther's wisdom at work. We have all been through these experiences and they have made us better people. Trust that the Panther's journey always leads to a brighter place. It's very difficult to detox from these people, places, things, and it may seem like suddenly out of the blue, it's just happening, this conflict, this whatever. It hasn't been there. Let me say something to you that I learned yesterday. The person's hating on you, they've always been a hater. It didn't just come. When a person's nasty to you, they've always been nasty to you. It didn't just come. If the person really loves you and really stands for you, they'll try really hard to avoid those kinds of energies. So you do finally get some wisdom about you. But you need soul's wisdom, isolation, meditation. You need to be fine being alone. It's probably not going to be easy. Because you've got to erect your whole life from spiritual principles. You need to spiritually mature here. You were going about things from the heart, and that's fine. But spiritual principles is really necessary, or you leave yourself unprotected. Because spirit is what's protecting you already. You don't want to break your own protection, pierce your own spiritual cover. And you need to be, This is the energy of like a hidden queen or a hidden, you're very chosen, very choice, very exalted. However, you get hidden enemies around you, people that think they're better than you, so they get jealous and competitive. And sometimes it's not open. So what happens is when these haters come around you, they're basically bringing in like a dark cloud that you don't always know, you don't always see right away because you're not looking at the horizon. You have your head down in a book, coming up with all your creative ideas, more like that, or your head chasing after somebody that you want to give love, and it's not always intimacy. You know, you're just a loving, nurturing, nurturing energy, one of compassion. A lot of hidden things need to be stripped. You really need to come to bear with your feelings. There needs to be, you need to sweep away, clear away all of these attachments on your heart. I don't want to say you have rose colored glasses on, but the wool was over your eyes. And the whatever you believe, whatever you've been told, you can't allow that. The seeds in your garden, you have bad seeds. It's going to be taken care of. Go to God. You were going through an ordeal, and you need to be willing to cut away at all those things that stressed you, or otherwise you're going to be sacrificed. It's been an honor and a pleasure to serve you, Pisces. Until we meet again, until we read again, namaste and namaste. If anything that I say resonates deeply with you, go ahead and check the energy in the show notes. Bye-bye now.